If you would like to actually find out where there might be a weak point in your marketing or sales, or even just your daily habits that are preventing you from actually creating the team or the life or it is that you would like, reach the fuck out. You'll speak to me in particular. I'll be able to help you crush this shit.
Sell the metal! Sell the metal! Sell the metal! Sell the metal! Sell the metal!
This is what I see stops most people from hitting 100k months. Pretty fucking simply, truthfully, right? Right now, we just clocked over 200 this month or thereabouts, which is pretty fucking cool. And I just hopped off of a call with a newer client who had $1 million agency this time last year, and then sort of fell off, right? Found himself in a position where he didn't actually end up being able to sustain the original success that he'd seen in the first place. And something that I am hell-bent on ensuring that myself and other people get to experience in the life they get to live and the type of business they get to run and everything else that comes with that at the same time as well, is a level of consistency, a level of predictability, a level of something that makes you feel like, oh shit, I'm sure I can do this. But also feels if you were to fucking lose it all, you could get it back at any point in time because you know that one, you have the skills, two, you know what to do, and three, you believe in yourself enough to be able to actually pick yourself up off the fucking ground and do something about it at the same time as well. And there's three things that I think that are kind of preventing people from actually scaling to 100k months or staying at 100k months consistently or getting back to 100k months if they aren't currently there right now. And they all have different variables and different gradients and different, versions of what this might actually show up as like in your own personal experience of life at the same time as well. There's kind of three things, right? The first one is like, you need to have a volume of people who know who you are and know what you do, who want to buy what you're already, or who already want to buy what you're fucking selling, right? You need to have calls with people who want to buy what you are selling already. If you do not have people who are sitting there who already understand the pain point that you can solve, because essentially you want this person to hop on a call with you, and you want this person to already have the pain point that you want them to have on the call before they get there, and they must be aware that you are going to be able to fix that for that person. And it's like with the marketing that you want to do, you want to like grab the knife and stick it in and twist that shit around until they go, oh fuck, I can't do without this, right? If you do not have a level of audience with people who know who you are, who know what you do, who know the pain point that you are already going to be solving for them through stories and examples of existing clients or possibly even your own story in the way that you actually experienced the problem that they're currently experiencing and found your way through it or whatever the fuck it might be. But there must be a level of congruency between who you are, what you do, what you put out in the market, and the way that you're able to solve a really deep pain point for that person and show them that there is a way out of it and show them that there is a way to actually take them through their level of success that they would personally like to get to, whatever fucking area that is, if that makes sense. But it's like if you don't have enough calls with people who know who you are and know what you do and actually want to work with you on a problem that they know that you can already solve for them, you're going to have to convince people and you're going to have to make them feel like they bought something that maybe there wasn't the right fit. There's going to be a whole lot of confusion and all this stuff as well. And the only way to do this is to market your shit every fucking day and put that knife in and twist that shit the fuck around to make them feel like, oh shit, I can't do without this. In service of them actually getting what the fuck they want in their life. Most people don't do anything until they know the fucking consequences of their current actions, and they don't do anything until they realize the consequence of what their shitty actions and behaviors and habits they're currently creating for themselves, and they don't really do anything until they look at what the consequence of continuing those shitty habits and behaviors might actually create for them, which is more of the shitty experience of life that they're getting right now. And until you stab until you stab them unconsciously with your marketing to make them go, oh fuck, that's what I need to do so, it's not going to work, right? Or at least you're not going to be able to have a flood of people coming in. And this is in service of them. This is in their best benefit. This is to make them realize that there is a fucking solution and that you can be the solution for them at the same time too. The first bottleneck at all times that you're going to experience is like, not enough people will know who you are, not enough people know what you do, none of them already want to buy what you're selling, right? Fix that by shocking the fuck out of them in your marketing and showing that there is a solution to their problems that they're currently experiencing. Second thing,
is once you get to the point where you have a lot of people on board who already do what you want, who want when you're selling, and your marketing's fucking working absolutely unbelievably well, is you don't have enough team. You don't have enough people who are going to stand by your side on a daily basis and say, I want to fight the same good fight that you were fighting on a daily basis to help you actually serve more people that you would like to serve, to help fix that pain point and take away that pain and hurt that they're experiencing right now. The first person you want to hire is something like a virtual assistant. The second person you want to hire, in my opinion, is like a client success manager or an account manager to help take over some of the load in the actual delivery of the clients that you'll work with in the first place, so that you can stay in sales and keep helping enroll people into a better life that you know that you can fix for them at the same time as well. Then put in appointments that are in place to help find more people from your marketing to actually sift through and disqualify the people that don't necessarily fit what you're doing, but also put yourself in a position where you can speak to people who are the right fit, who it is the right time for, and do actually want the help right now. They're the key team members that you want to look at first, right? Virtual assistants to take over the administration, a client success manager or an account manager to actually put yourself in a position where you can actually get yourself out of the delivery that isn't necessarily needed to be done by you in particular. Then put in appointments that are in place to get a disqualification of the leads that are coming through to put you in the best position to actually serve the people that are the right fit for it. And then actually put a salesperson in place once you're actually at that stage to do so, whether you want to or not, right? Like, I still take a lot of sales calls right now myself because I fucking love helping people. Like, the chances are that you're either going to be on a call with myself or someone like Kyle, who is a product of what we do and is a fucking savage at the same time as well, or Faris or something like that, if that makes sense, right? But the reality is you're going to be speaking to people that are actually doing the shit, not just like a random person who's not actually the fit or whatever it is. But the main reason why most people, or the second biggest reason why most people don't get to 100K per month is they do not have a solid team behind them. And because of that, they're bottlenecked. They're not able to help the amount of people they'd like to help. And because of that, they're beating themselves up and all these different things at the same time as well. But the last and most important one, which takes me back to my original story of where we came from in this scenario, which is speaking to a client who just came on board, who is an ex-million-dollar agency owner who's climbing back up at the top again right now, which is, my friends, self-fucking-sabotage. Until you create the habits, behaviors, and characteristics of the person that can actually make $1 million and continually continue to do so, you will continue to yo-yo up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down until you become the person who can actually consistently do that. You are going to consistently fail and feel like you are always just far enough away to be able to create the life that you actually say that you want, but never seem to be able to fucking get that. This is one of my favorite fucking things to work on with people. I love speaking into their soul and making them realize that they actually do have what it takes and actually fixing their shitty habits and behaviors to actually create the life that they do fucking deserve and do actually believe that they do deserve inside, but just aren't able to access in some way, shape, and form. Because it's a little bits of self-sabotage that you actually don't address. And you can see, I can hear, I can feel, I can understand why people aren't succeeding just by looking at their daily habits and actions and seeing what they aren't doing or what they are doing that's fucking them up and over. A great example of this is I was speaking to a client who actually he was doing great actually, but he was in a bit of a slump. Maybe signing up 10 to 12 clients a month or thereabouts, but he was in a slump, right? And as we were digging into it and digging into it and digging into it, turns out that he hadn't been addressing something in his own personal relationship with his wife. And as a natural consequence of that, his home life was fucked. So because his home life was fucked, and he wasn't addressing the actual thing that needed to happen at home, and he was avoiding the fuck out of a conversation with his wife, it was showing up in his work. And as a consequence of that showing up in his work, guess what was happening? He wasn't actually closing the deals that he wanted to. And as a consequence of that, the loop actually made things even worse at home. And he was in a position where he wasn't even comfortable or confident talking through this stuff with his wife in the first place because he wasn't showing up as the fucking man that he needed to be to actually, provide for the family and still crush it at work at the same time too, which is a form of self-sabotage. Because for some reason, we think that we can't have everything that we want. We can't have the business, the family, the car, whatever the fuck it is, right? The body, all these things, the life that we say that we want in some way, shape, and form. So we choose to sabotage. And I think it's Gay Hendricks, the big leap, you call the upper limit syndrome, right? Like the ALPS, which is something that we work on so fucking deeply with our clients to keep them congruent with the actions that they said that they wanted to actually do to actually create the business that they would like and the life that is the key cornerstone of all of it, because your business should support the life that you fucking want. It should not be doing business for business. I love having conversations with you like this, and the reason is because this is what I was fucking built to do. My job is to help you guys actually uncover what it is that you were meant to do and actually help you guys profit like fucking crazy off of it and put yourself in a position where you can make as much money as you'd want, have the best fucking life, and do all these things at the same time as well. The first place you must start with this is also actively being the person who can actually create that. And this is why one of our newer clients, who's just put himself in a position where he did things for a long time, but then wasn't actively focusing on his character, the character that will create the result and consistently create the result and create safety for his family and all these other things. And that's the first thing we were working on with him. And as a consequence of that, we're putting him on a very, very, very strong, it's like a knock off the ledge plan, like get clients quickly plan, so he can build up his stacks and quick wins, build up the self-worth again, prove that he can create the results again at the same time as well, which is the first thing we do with most of our clients. We get quick wins on the board so they can see that this is something that works, so they can see that they're going to continue to be able to succeed. And then we work on their fucking character, and then we work on their marketing to make sure that it sticks the knife in, to make sure that any person that you speak to or sees that you're marketing or sees your content just goes, oh shit, how can I not work with this human? It's ridiculous for me to not actually want to work with this human. How do I get started? Then we want to make sure that you have a team on board that actually facilitates the actual dream that you wanted in the first place, right? Like get out of the day-to-day, put yourself in a position where you're actually fighting a strong mission with them, and actually have them in a position where they genuinely are happy with the work that they do, are very well remunerated, and everyone gets 100% fulfillment in the work they're doing at the same time as well. And then we stay the fuck out of the way and do the necessary work on ourselves to ensure that we can continue to grow, continue to be consistent, and continue to create great lives, right? This is the whole purpose of this stuff that we do. So where do people fall short? If you do not actively market things that would have people on a call say, I want to work with you because I can see the pain point that you solve, and you don't have a team on board to do these things, and you don't actually actively become the character who can actually do these things every single day on a daily basis, you're going to sabotage everything that you know that you have inside your way. This is what stops people from getting to 100K a month, but it's what actually stops people from continuing to have 100K months. And this is the shit that we want to help you with. Do me a huge favor. If you would like to actually find out where there might be a weak point in your marketing, your sales, or even just your daily habits that are preventing you from actually creating the team or the life or what it is that you would like, reach the fuck out. You'll speak to me in particular. I'll be able to help you crush this shit. Someone else in the team will be able to help you work out what's not going on, or whatever the fuck it is. If you want to get there, reach the fuck out. It'll be a bunch of fun. You'll become the best version of yourself, and you'll be able to create the dream life that you said that you wanted in the first place, and you'll be able to sustain it at the same time too, with a team of savages that will help you create the life that you want at the same time too. Hope this is helpful, and I'll speak to you soon. Never fucking settle, by the way. Never settle.